Well, waving South African flags and stoking a bonfire, supporters of the leader of the so-called Operation Dudula have been protesting outside the Roodepoort Magistrates Court since Dlamini's arrest last week. Well, they're demanding his immediate release. Our reporter, Dudula, is there for us. Dudula, I know that it's very noisy there and you're probably struggling to hear. Things have got a little bit more heated since we last crossed you outside the Roodepoort Magistrates Court.
Well, yes, eNCA, a lot of people are not understanding why this area behind me is cordoned off and why they are having to stay so far from the court, because they're just quite far from the court and they want to be part of the court. And we do understand from the police that only 5 people can come in, from our understanding, who are family members as well as some of the leaders. But we are seeing right now some of the leaders also being kept outside. They were just saying that they were told to stand there. And also, funny enough, there was a bit of jubilation that occurred just a few minutes ago where everybody was celebrating, but it seems like there was a bit of misinformation. But we're going to find out more from our guest here, who's from the Alexandra Parliament. I want to bring you in, sir. Why was everyone celebrating?
You know how the media always sorry man, you know always why the media in general, someone decided to leak false information that the charges were withdrawn, so everyone was celebrating, which was not true. Mr. Lux is still inside. He hasn't been to court as yet. We are still waiting for the communication that we're going to be given from the lawyers that are inside.
Do we know what time court will be starting in this time?
They said to us any time after 10, because there are pending cases that were supposed to sit on Friday, so those cases did not sit. So they want to start with those cases, then after that they'll deal with the Lux issue.
And I mean, you hear from Alexandra, what brings you here?
Remember that Lux is our ally. He's the chairperson of Soweto Parliament, the president of Soweto Parliament. I'm the president of Alex Parliament. Now our cry is the same. Soweto, Alexander, Tembisa, Davidton, we can go around. The voice is the township. So that's why I'm here to come and support one of our own in the struggle that we are in.
What is the struggle?
The local economy must go back to locals. That is one of the issues. In majority, the migrants that we have, the illegal foreigners that we have and the migrants that we have within the borders of our townships, the money is not coming or empowering the locals. So now that is our fight. The DT's office had issues of their own. GMPD bylaws had issues, immigration had issues. So now I think a whole lot of problems now have been sorted out. We're going to see more of immigration. We are going to see more of bylaws implemented, more of these offices. Hopefully that the economy will come back to the rightful owners.
But I mean, there's been an argument here that even though you're saying this is against illegal immigrants, right? But how do you tell the difference between an illegal immigrant and a legal immigrant during your operations?
Remember that we work within the boundaries of the law, meaning SAPS needs to be there, GMPD needs to be there, immigration needs to be there. But if they're not coming forth, it becomes a problem because other people are doing criminality. Other people are starting to do criminality, taking advantage of the situation. But hopefully, because all these offices have fixed their issues, a lot is going to change.
All right. And now, what are you hoping for today?
I'm hoping for a withdrawal. I'm just hoping for a withdrawal because with these Schedule 1 charges that have been put through, I mean, the same person that was supposed to come for ID parade did not even pitch at the police station. Ndandla was taken by the testing of Gauteng. So it's politically motivated. And we can guarantee that. Because you can even see what's happening. EFF was supposed to be on the other side. The people of the Republic were supposed to be on the other side. So now you can see that it's not only the law that is taking its course, but there is a certain influence that is influencing the conflicts that we're seeing amongst us.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. That's Alexandra Parliament. So, Annika, I'm going to show you some more. Some of the supporters there, they were just also excited to see some of the leaders that have walked in. Now, we've spoken to some of the leaders in the past. Dan just walking in with some of other leaders, as well as we've seen the family as well walking in and going towards the magistrate court. Now, we do understand that at this point, court hasn't started. That's according to the information that we have received. But we know from what we have received as well that he has as well arrived. But what's interesting here, Annika, is that the numbers you see here is different to what you see on the left, where EFF is supposed to be. In fact, it's empty at this point. There's nothing there. So interestingly, you are seeing a lot of numbers of Operation Dudula members here, but nothing more.
All right, thank you so much to Nkobile there, who's outside the Roodepoort Magistrates Court. Let's go inside court into the corridors with Lindo Kuhle-Qulu. Lindo, what's happening there? Do we know whether Nhlanhla is going to appear and whether he's going to apply for bail or not?
We are understanding that Nhlanhla is in fact in the precinct of the Roodepoort Magistrates Court. They've just gotten confirmation from some of the leaders of Operation Dudula, and one of them is Mr. Enoch Nongo, who I want to speak to, a national executive member of Operation Dudula. First of all, we did see last week that there was some confusion around Nhlanhla Dlamini coming to this particular court. Is he here now? Do you understand that he's ready for his court case?
Morning, and morning to the listeners and the viewers. Yes, Nhlanhla is here as we speak. He will be appearing at Court J. We are anticipating that the obvious will happen. He will obviously be released. He's also in high spirits. The people outside are also buoyant. Operation Dudula members are outside, our alliances who are supporting this campaign all the way. The Patriotic Alliance, they put South Africa first. The community is here. Alexander Operation Movement, Dudula Movement is also here, where the whole leadership is here. We're 100%. We hope and anticipate that Nhlanhla is going to be released today. We're also hoping that he's going to be released freely on his cognizance, because he's a very prominent young person of our country. We remember very well that he stood heads above shoulders in trying to defend the integrity of our country when our country was on the brink of economic collapse, on the brink of civil war during the looting of last year in June, July. So he stood heads above shoulders. As the people of Soweto, the people of South Africa, were very proud of him, and they were going to be standing behind him all the way.
There is, of course, the expectation that you are saying he is going to come out today, but should that not happen, we saw some flyers circulating on social media that there will be a shutdown, stores will not be operating in Soweto, and all sorts of things. Speak to us about that, the concerns around if that doesn't happen.
We don't want to speculate on negativity. We are very optimistic. There's euphoria outside. On the question of the flyers, we don't have anything to do with that. There's no flyer of Operation Dudula that has come out instigating any form of protest or any form of violence or any form of campaign in case the contrary happens. But we anticipate that sanity will prevail, the wheels of justice will grind swiftly, and to the satisfaction of the community of South Africa. There's nothing more that our people are anticipating, except that justice will be served today. And we hope that we are going to be responsible, as we have been responsible throughout. We've been responsible in carrying out our operations. Nhlanhla has been responsible. There's no doubt about that. Actually, history speaks for itself on his role in the upliftment and the development of our communities.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Enoch, we'll leave it there for now. The National Executive Member of Operation Dudula just giving us a sense of their expectations, but more than anything, speaking about the fact that they will remain calm, whatever the outcome is, even though their expectation is that Dlamini will be let out and will walk free today. But they are saying that the crowd that is outside has managed to keep it peaceful, and they are hoping that whatever the outcome is inside here, they will then be able to control some of the reactions there. But you'll see just behind me, we are at outside the court where this is supposed to take place. We're waiting for, in fact, the magistrate to rule on our application to be inside. Some of the colleagues you are seeing on the background there. So that's the latest from inside as we wait for Dlamini to appear for the first time here at the Roodepoort Magistrates Court.
Lindo, we've discussed this before, but it seems even more so now than last week. There's this element of political rallying outside court. Nhlanhla Lux is being called a leader. He's head of the Alex Parliament. It's very much polit-speak. Who's funding this, and is this more of a political campaign than anything else?
Well, in terms of what led Nhlanhla Dlamini to his arrest, the members of Operation Dudula have been very vocal in saying that they believe this is politically motivated. They've pointed their fingers towards the economic freedom fighters as well, saying that they are behind this because of jealousy in terms of some of their operations, saying that they are very much jealous around them. But one person who's also been here, Anika, is in fact Keni Kunene from Patriotic Alliance. They were just asking me in terms of the political motives that you believe are around this case. If you can just speak around those. I know we spoke about them a little bit earlier on, but just give us a sense of what Operation Dudula as well as some of the organizations believe is behind this particular arrest.
Obviously, Nhlanhla is stepping on the toes of many people, in as much as Operation Dudula in Alex is doing the same, and Patriotic Alliance. So the arrest of Nhlanhla and his incarceration leads us to believe that there's a political motive. Nhlanhla was arrested by the province, a provincial team of an army of 30 cars with rifles for a Schedule 1 case. You will see the outcome here, because now here there's no politics, it's the law. You will realize that Nhlanhla might even walk out here with a free bail, because there is absolutely no case. There's a trivial case. So his arrest makes us believe that there is a political motive. And remember that on Monday, the president also spoke about Operation Dudula in his address in Koster on the Sharpeville Massacre Day, where he said that organizations like Operation Dudula must be aware that some of the programs they engage in are illegal. So with those utterances and what happened in Durban, where the whole senior police force sought to disrupt the launch of Operation Dudula, all these brought together tell us that there is a political motive. But also remember that Malema, who is running away from facing his own case with the VBS, he sent his people to go and get the old man to go and open a case, a drug dealer to go and open a case against specifically Nhlanhla Lux, who actually went with the police there.
Right, that Kenny will obviously catch up a little bit later on as things develop, but some of the perspectives around what is it exactly that they believe is behind this case.
Okay, Linda, thanks. That was a very interesting interview you did with Kenny Kunene. Maybe it would be great if you could, and you had the time, to ask him whether he is putting any money into Operation Dudula or Nhlanhla Lux Dlamini's court application. It'd be very interesting to see if he's behind the bankrolling of Operation Dudula. Thanks so much, Linda.